Hey everybody, Beamaldonado here, and today we fired off that ANSUL system. We went through a test mode. I didn't take a video because there was so much going on at the time. There were many people involved, and I felt like, you know, this isn't proper video, whatnot. I might actually be there tomorrow for the next test. I may just ask everybody, hey, you know, do you mind, you know, me taking a video of what's going on, so I can post it on YouTube. But basically they went ahead and I was working with the inspector, and we were trying to get the gas lit on these stoves because the appliance installers hadn't actually gone through and bled the gas through the lines yet. So the pilot lines, which are very small, and not only are they very small, but they have a very small orifice that the gas goes through, which makes the pilot light very small, like a, I don't know, kind of like a Bic lighter, even smaller than that. It's a really small flame that happens. So you have to push the knob in at the pilot setting, and you have to hold it on for a long time until that gas finally gets there to that pilot. And you hit the igniter, and it'll light it up, or you light it with a lighter, whatever. But finally we got all the burners lit. I had to explain to everybody how gas equipment works so that we could get these gas burners lit, and they didn't know what they were doing. They just kept holding the sparker the whole time, and I'm like, look, you gotta let the gas flow. You gotta let it go through the line. You gotta get it to evacuate all the air. You're not gonna be able to ignite air, but you can ignite gas. Well, that gas has to get there so that there's not air in the lines. Now there's gas, and it can ignite. They had to hold that button until the gas could actually make it to the light. I mean, really, it's not hard. I even explained how the thermocouple worked and everything like that. I mean, nobody understood. A couple of people kind of got it, but whatever. So anyways, we finally got all the gas on. That way when the fire inspectors were there, they could see that the gas went off when the fire alarm got pulled. And it did. Well, anyways, we were in that room and we hear the gas go off. Well, it sounds like they just set the gas off in the other room. Oh, hey, look. This ANSUL hood says there's a fire. That ANSUL hood says there's a fire. Both of them went into their shutdown procedure. They shut off their makeup airs, which closed the dampers and closed the water valves that supplied those dampers, because those are like swamp cooler units, kind of, in a sense. They have seal deck pads, and the water sprays across the seal deck pad and it makes up the air through that. It's basically a swamp cooler, but it supplies the air that gets exhausted by the heat. It's moist, so that it falls to the ground and collects the cold temperature and keeps that where you want it. So anyways, they all worked in tandem. They all worked perfectly. First off, everybody started saying, well, this one went off. Why did the rest of them go off? And I said, because what they wanted here was a system that when one system went off, all of the ventilation systems did what they were supposed to do. They shut off the makeup air and they ran the exhaust fans so that no air was entering and all the air was exiting as that inert gas was sprayed across the whole spectrum. And then they all got it. I mean, it seems like I was the only person who actually understood the whole system the whole time we were putting this thing together. funny. I mean, I do come from a technical background, so I do know about these kinds of things, and I do understand these systems as long as they're explained correctly. I got a bunch of mixed signals, and from all those mixed signals, from all those different misinterpretations, I actually made the system do what it was supposed to do. I felt really badass when I actually got that thing to go off the way it was supposed to go off. That's why I say I'm B-Mall. Be bad. Be badass. Yeah. My shit worked great. But, well, the guys that installed the piping for the gas didn't exactly do so well. Apparently there's these bugs called mud daubers. They get inside pipes and they just completely pack the thing with mud. Whatever. Okay, sure. But yeah, they do. And we found a little spot inside a pipe that was just completely plugged with mud. And it's a brand new pipe they got installed, but it was plugged with mud. I had to pull out my fish sticks and help the guy actually unplug the line so that he could get the thing cleared. And he blew some gas through it so that make sure that it was completely cleared, scraped it all on the sides and everything, and he reinstalled all his pipes. Well, now we have another inspection scheduled for tomorrow. We're not going to be there for that inspection. We might be there for that inspection. Originally, they scheduled it for 3:30, and now they're moving it to 8:30. Tomorrow morning, we've got a crane coming, and we're going to have to install some parking lot lights, so we're probably not going to be there. We might. It's possible, but I don't know. Anyways, they know where all the shunt trip breakers are, so they can reset them. And yes, all the shunt trip breakers fired exactly the way they were supposed to. The whole entire system operated exactly the way it was supposed to. Even though everybody was freaking out thinking, wait, why is this happening? And I had to come in there and explain to them why the system was wired the way that it was wired. Apparently, most of the times, each ANSUL hood is only wired directly to its own panel. Most of the times, you don't interlink these hoods. But in a school setting, we had to interlock them. And that's what those micro switch loops were for. So we interlocked them. Everything went off without a charm. It worked perfectly. Let's put it that way. I'm not great with figures of speech and stuff like that. I'm slightly autistic. It's I don't know, whatever. Anyways, it worked. So that's how you interlock 3 ANSUL hoods together and make them all work the way they're supposed to. Only the hood that was pulled had the gas go off. All the other hoods went into fire mode, and they turned off their makeup air and they started running their exhaust fans to get the air out of the building and don't put any more in, while the inert gas gets blown so that it covers the whole area and gets rid of any combustible gases. That was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Just watching the whole entire thing happen, it was awesome. But yeah, our stuff passed. The piping was done wrong, and that was not our fault. It'll be corrected, and I actually helped correct it. I helped the guy unclog his pipes so that he could make it work. with my fish sticks. Love them fish sticks. And I said sticks, not fish sticks. I said fish sticks. I'm not a gay fish. Anyways, so it worked. I told you the proper way to install a 3 ANSUL system in this particular arrangement. If you have other arrangements, well, there's a little bit more digging you might have to do, but it won't be much. I got you the basics, which I could not find anywhere, so here it is. It all went off, it all worked. So I kind of actually feel pretty proud of myself. I made the whole thing work in a situation. I mean, I even talked to the owner of our company, and he said, I have never installed that many ANSUL systems connected together at once. And I said, yeah, it's all good. I figured it out. So, here you go. That's how you do it. This is Bemal Donato signing off. Later.